Dave knows how.
Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to make a video this morning in response to some drama that was created last night. I was online in a forum and I read a post by an individual in regards to buying a grapple. And the post that he wrote reads like this. I believe that Travis at Everything Attachments has convinced me that their grapple and WR long third function valve setup is the way to go on my BX23. Any thoughts from the group? Question mark. So, this guy is asking for thoughts. Plenty of people chime in and give their opinion. I decide to give my opinion. This is not something that I do constantly. If somebody needs help with something in a forum and I feel like I can help them with it, I will try to help them with it. Generally, if I see something in a forum that I think might make a good video, instead of answering it in the forum, I'll make a video about it, okay? So this is not one of those cases. I seen this and I thought, well, let me just add my 2 cents in worth. I read through some of the comments that were there and I decided, let me just give my 2 cents worth. So this is what I said. Lots of grapples out there, and they are all more alike than different. Just some get a lot of hype and an inflated price point with a long wait time. Others are readily available for less money and function exactly the same. Now, I don't think my statement is attacking anyone. I don't think I'm talking shit about anybody's product. I didn't name any product. I didn't name any people personally. I didn't name any companies personally. I just made a statement that is factually true. There are lots of grapples out there, and they are more alike than they are different. And some do get a lot of hype, and some do have inflated price points, and some do have a long wait time to get them, and others are readily available for less money and function exactly the same as the aforementioned. There's nothing false about that statement, and I don't see where that statement is bashing anybody's company or even directed at anybody's company. Well, it wasn't long after I posted that and I got a response to that comment that read as follows. It came from Peter Sierra. It said, David Dobb, amazing. You're an Everything Attachments customer and you're talking shit on them. You got balls, man. Well, when I first read that, I was like, what is he talking about? Because number one, I never mentioned Everything Attachments. Number two, what does me being a customer of theirs have to do with anything? Because I'm not even talking about them. I didn't mention them, whatsoever. How am I talking shit about them? And the part about you got balls, it kind of puzzled me. But now I understand exactly what he's saying, because since I made that post, I have been under a brutal online attack. My character, everything about me has been attacked by this company, Everything Attachments, and some of their customers. And the Everything Attachments staff, Travis and Ted both, were a part of this, and they tactfully launched this, vigilante style of internet lynching for me. Now, before I could respond to what he commented, he went ahead and commented Travis, Everything Attachments, tagging his name in this post so that Travis would see it. And so I went on and responded to what he said. And my response was as follows: talking shit? No. Giving an honest answer to the question asked? Yes. Then I went on to explain to him and question to him, aren't you being a little shit-stirring tattletale? But no worries, I make no apologies for being honest, and Travis by now knows that, and he certainly don't need people like you to inform him every time someone don't simply bend over like a fanboy. It just reflects directly on the caliber person you are, not me or Travis, something you may want to think about. Now, my objective in that response was the fact that, this guy was being a little tattletale. He was trying to create drama by tagging Travis in the post and drawing his attention to it so they could make it into something that it wasn't, okay? And he did just that. I mentioned Travis because he mentioned Travis, for one thing, and for another thing I mentioned Travis because I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt that he wouldn't stoop down to this level and read into my comment and exploit my comment to suit his own agenda. I was wrong. He did just that. Let's look at what happens. Instead of Travis commenting on the comment that I made, he copies it, takes it over to the Everything Attachments page, and posts it up with a heading that reads as follows: it's hard to believe an Everything Attachments customer makes comments like this all the time. I rarely lose total respect for someone, but it is gone 100%. Well, let's talk about that. First of all, I don't make comments like this all the time. If the question comes up and it's in front of me and I feel like I want to answer it, then yes, I will make a comment just like that. There was nothing wrong with that comment. It wasn't directed to Travis. It wasn't directed to Ted. It wasn't directed at any employee of Everything Attachments. It wasn't directed at Everything Attachments as a company. It wasn't directed at the grapples that Everything Attachments sells. Nowhere in my post did I name any of those people. It was just a statement, a factual, truthful, honest statement. Information that the original poster asked for. He asked specifically, any thoughts from the group? And I responded. I don't see how my response can be defined as an attack on Everything Attachments, but I can tell you they certainly attacked me. Once they posted this over there, the drama began. Now, Travis didn't want me to see it, so he kicked me out of the group. However, he kept me on his friends list, so him and I are friends, on Facebook. Now, you hear the old adage, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, you know? I mean, really, it's just hard to believe. They didn't want me in the group because they didn't want me to see what the shit that they was talking about me. But they kept me as their friends, Travis and Ted both. Now that just speaks volumes to the caliber of people that they are. Now this guy, Thomas Moore, he posts underneath this thing that Travis posted on his site about me. That guy had always been a piece of shit. Well, you know, Thomas Moore, I don't even know who you are. You know, and how do you know me? You know, how do you even know enough about me to even say I'm a piece of shit? You know, quite frankly, you're jumping on a bandwagon with a bunch of idiots that want to jump on me because I made a factual, truthful statement to help a fellow tractor owner make a decision on a grapple. I didn't say anything negative about any product. I just stated the cold hard facts, the truth. That's all I did. So, you know, in my opinion, you are probably the piece of shit because you would attack me and call me names when you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So then this guy, Josh Siegel, he posts up this comment that says $100, that beard smells like goat piss. And of course, Travis, he chimes in underneath there in response to that comment with a picture of a goat, one of these GIF images where the goat's sticking his tongue out and, you know, doing obscene gestures. You know, so this just goes to show you that Travis is baiting these guys, these customers. They're baiting them to get them to be their bullies, okay? To bully anybody who doesn't go along with the Everything Attachments agenda. I mean, you can't say anything to even be remotely not in favor of Everything Attachments. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like they're a bunch of damn gangsters. It's just crazy. And so, you know, this picture that he posted is just validation that he is condoning this type of talk and behavior. Now, this Jen Thompson, she says some people like to whine all the time. Call him up and tell him you'd like to send him a free gift, a box of pacifiers or a year's supply of Model, his choice. Well, you know, Jen, that's not the case. I'm not whining about anything. I don't think my post was whining. It was just stating a fact, a truthful, honest fact that, you know, when it comes to grapples, they are more alike than they are different. They are. So, you know, Josh Siegel, since he's, you know, he loves this type of drama, probably an employee of Everything Attachments, I don't know, but he probably is. He wants me to eat a bag of dicks, you know. Now, what kind of company would condone this type of behavior? Now, this is a company, Everything Attachments company, that, you know, acts like they are, you know, the greatest American-made products, American-based company with great moral fiber and dignity, and, you know, they are basically, they act like they're some Christian organization, there's some type of, have a Christian belief system. What kind of people, act like that and then condone this type of activity and promote this type of activity, to attack someone simply for making a statement, not even a statement that was directed at them. This has just blown me away. So as soon as, people stop responding and it slows down, Travis pops back in and he takes the rest of my comment, my response to Peter Sierra, and he posts that in the group so that he can get them, pumped back up and riled up some more so they can go ahead on further with their online lynching. So this is just, another example of Travis stirring the pot to create hype and create drama over the whole situation when it really wasn't warranted. And he's doing this at my expense, okay, at a personal loss to me. We pop over here to William McNaspy. Hopefully I pronounced your name properly. It says, I'm happy with my land pride, but would never bash EA. Well, you know what? I didn't bash EA either. I didn't even mention everything attachments. He goes on to say, I'll bet this guy has never even used one. The only complaints I see are about wait time. Well, you know what? That was the only complaint that I had, was about the wait time. So, obviously you don't think that that's unreasonable. Travis went on and responded to this comment, and he says, a complete fabrication and lie. This blew me away. This is Travis's response. He says he has a wicked 55. Now he's talking about me. I own a wicked 55. And he says the beef started with his wait time and my refusal to cater to his selfish needs and allow him to skip line. He has been salty ever since, and his constant negativity was the reason he is one of the very few I've ever removed from this group. Well, that is a complete bullshit lie, and there's documented proof of it. Most all the conversations pertaining to the shipment and the purchase of my grapple is documented on Facebook in the Facebook group Kubota Tractor and Equipment Group. If you go back in the archives, you can locate all of it and you can read every bit of it. You can see how many times I mentioned about the time frame that it was taken and everything else. And it's pretty obvious. This is a blatant lie. I never asked him for me to skip line. I asked him point blank questions, okay? And we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. But let's look at a couple more comments by individuals. So this guy, Corey Nearings, he chimes in and he says, I've never seen so much re. Now, I don't know what re means. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all can fill me in on what that means. As when he had to wait exactly as long as you predicted to get his unit. Again, completely not true, completely false statement on the part of Corey. Travis responds with, I'm glad I'm not the only one who remembers it. Well, Travis, you have a selective memory, brother. And Corey responds to that comment with, I was there. He and I exchanged the Great Shipping War of 17. One thing that I feel like nobody mentions is Those of us with the old 80K steel still haven't broken one. Well, there again, more lies. First of all, I took order of my grapple in 2018. It was April 19th, 2018. And according to Travis, of course, Travis is known to lie, my grapple was supposed to be made out of AR 400 steel. In fact, we had numerous conversations about the AR 400 steel, and that is documented in the archives of the Tractor Group. So, you know, other people, you know, are happy with their purchase from Everything Attachments, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Buy whatever grapple you want to. It don't matter to me whether you buy Everything Attachments grapple, whether you buy a Land Pride grapple, no matter what you buy. I could care less. It's no sweat off of me what grapple you buy, as long as it makes you happy. In fact, I made a video review of my Wicked 55 grapple. And, you know, I pointed out the things about it that could be an issue that I didn't like. I pointed out a couple modifications that I did to make it better suited for what I needed it for and wanted it for. And overall, I said that I liked it, that I liked the grapple. So I didn't really say that much negative about the grapple. Now, there was another comment by this guy, Joel Huntress. And I wanted to mention him because, you know, obviously he's a subscriber of mine. So I definitely wanted to respond to his comment. And he says, Dob has certainly been through more than his share of rough times in his life. So I'll cut him some slack for that. I've learned a lot from his channel, but don't care for his attitude displayed here. When I ordered my Wicked 55, the wait was much longer than I was willing to wait. However, having reviewed online and in person several brands of grapples, nothing matched the wickedness of the Wicked 55. It checked all the boxes and was worth the wait, which ended up being 3 to 4 weeks shorter than quoted. Well, you know what? I'm glad that you're happy with your purchase, okay? I'm satisfied with my purchase as well. I stated that in a video plainly. Not that long ago, just a couple months ago, actually. I do think that you have a misconception of my attitude. You see, I didn't have an attitude. I merely answered a question posed to the group. I answered it honestly and unbiasedly. I did not answer it as a sales representative for Everything Attachments. I didn't simply say, oh yeah, buy the Everything Attachments because it is the most wonderful product in the whole world and you just simply cannot go wrong. I did not say that. In fact, I did not even mention Everything Attachments. I didn't even mention Travis or Ted or anything pertaining to that company. I simply made a statement about grapples, generically, grapples. That's all I did. I don't hardly see that as an attitude. I really don't. And I didn't display it here where you're writing at. I displayed it in another forum where someone posed a question and asked, looking for advice, not just looking for more hype, but looking for honest advice. And I gave it to him the best I could, just like I do with my YouTube videos. I try to be honest with people and give them the best advice that I can to help them along their way. And I felt like Joel deserved to get a response from me. And so that's why I wanted to respond to you, Joel. I hope that you won't be offended that I posted up your comment, and I appreciate the fact that you would like to cut me some slack. Thank you. I wish some other people would have cut me some slack, not because I've been through a rough time in my life, but because the post that I made was not as malice as what Travis is trying to make it out to be, all to suit his own agenda. Now, this is the date that I ordered my grapple. And on this date, I called Travis on the phone and spoke to him. And just for the record, I called from my cell phone, and my cell phone has this really cool app on it where it records every conversation, okay? When you make a phone call or an incoming call comes in on my cell phone, it records the entire conversation automatically and then stores it on the cloud. So the conversation is recorded. This is not made up, okay? I can pull the conversation down, make a video, and put that conversation in the video if I want to. In the state of Virginia, only one of the party has to know that the line is being recorded, so there's no law being broken here. In that conversation, I asked distinct questions before I placed my order. I asked Travis, what is the expected delivery of this grapple? He told me that the shipping time on my grapple would be 4 to 6 weeks. That's what he told me. That was on April 19th, 2018. He said that it was 4 to 6 weeks. I said, okay. I said, can you tell me this? How many orders are ahead of me? He hesitated for a minute, and then he come back and he says, if I remember correctly, he said, there's 82 orders ahead of you. And so I said, I thought, wow, 82 orders. Wow, that's a lot of orders, How in the world can he, get that order out in 4 to 6 weeks? That's a lot of orders. But then, I was thinking, this is not a huge company, but it's not a small company either. I'd seen pictures of their setup and whatnot. And when I started doing the math as to, how many grapples they'd have to make a week, it didn't seem unreasonable that they could get it done in 6 weeks. So I waited 6 weeks. And when 6 weeks came, I popped into the forum, and I could see people in there talking about when their grapple was going to be shipped. And so I chimed in and asked when my grapple was going to be shipped, that I was at 6 weeks, and he told me that it would be 4 to 6 weeks. And his response was that they're running behind schedule, and it was probably going to be more like 8 weeks. Now, these are all documented comments that are still in the archives of that group, okay? So this is not something that I'm just making up. You can go and check for yourself, okay? Travis can go check for himself, okay? So I said, well, okay, I wasn't happy about it. No, I wasn't happy about it because he told me one thing, and then he's telling me something completely different. And had I known that it was going to be 8 weeks, I might not would have bought a grapple from them. But he led me to believe that it would be between 4 and 6 weeks. So at 8 weeks, when 8 weeks did come around, I didn't say a whole lot between 6 weeks and 8 weeks. I just, let it ride. I did start watching what people were posting a little more closely to see what people were saying about, to see who was getting their grapples and who wasn't getting their grapples and what people were getting. And also, I just kind of wanted to keep up with it a little bit closer. So I did watch, and I did leave some comments, but I didn't go nuts crazy about it. When I hit the 8-week mark, I asked, I said in a statement on there, I didn't receive an email this week that my order is being shipped. What's the deal? And so then he says, well, we're really behind schedule. We're trying to get caught up, or we're trying to move into this new building, and so that's taking up some time, and we're just doing the best we can. We're really behind schedule, and it may be 10 weeks. So, here we done gone from 4 to 6 weeks to 10 weeks. Well, needless to say, I'm a little bit upset about this, But I tried to bite my tongue the best I could, but I did tell him this. I said, Travis, I called you because, and the only reason I did this was because the Everything Attachments fanboys were all up my butt about, as if I was being unreasonable, telling me to suck it up, buttercup, you're going to get your grapple and it's worth the wait, yada, yada, yada. So I made a point to say to Travis, I asked you before I ordered this thing, how long is it going to be before it ships? You said 4 to 6 weeks. I then asked you how many orders are ahead of me. You said 82 orders. I did the math and I figured, okay, well, I guess he can do that by 6 weeks. And I said, you certainly should have been able to fill 86 orders by now, And he responds to that with, well, yeah, there was 82 orders ahead of you for grapples, but we make all sorts of implements. So it was a lot more orders ahead of you. You was just number 82 for grapples. Well, now why in the hell would I want to know where I was in the list of orders for grapples? Why would I even care about that? I wanted to know where I was in the list of orders, period, for the entire company, because that is what was going to hold my wait time up, not how many grapples they sold. What do I care how many grapples they sold? I wanted to get an idea when my order was going to come in. So there again was another excuse by him to cover up the fact that he just flat out lied. Now, at that point, a lot of people were getting agitated and upset. And so Travis changed the whole tune. Instead of telling people that he could get them a grapple in 8 weeks, he started telling people that it would probably be 10 to 12 weeks before he could get any grapples out to anybody. And if they had to go somewhere else, he would understand. Now, I'm not making this up. Again, this is all documented in the archives of the Kubota Tractor and Equipment Group. Okay, this is all documented, facts. This is not something that I fabricated, dreamed up, or made up to cover my own ass. Okay, this is facts that can be verified. So finally, on June the 28th, I get an email that says my order is scheduled to be shipped on June 28th. And it has a tracking number. I can't remember what day June the 28th landed on, but it seemed like it was, I don't know, it was days or maybe even a week later before I finally did receive the grapple. So basically, I was almost at 11 weeks getting the grapple. Now, why am I explaining all this? Am I explaining all this about the time frame on the grapple because I'm still mad about it? No. I'm explaining this because Travis is using this as an excuse as to why I made the statement that I made underneath that comment. He is trying to discredit me personally. The Everything Attachments company is attacking me personally and trying to discredit me. And that is wrong. And that's why I'm just letting you guys know exactly how this panned out so you can see for yourself. It is factual. Travis is a liar, just flat out. He is a liar. The fact that Ted is allowing him to, is just going along with this just blows me away, because I can be perfectly honest with you. After Travis lied to me, I didn't have much use for him. But I've always had the utmost respect for Ted and felt like that he was of a higher caliber than this. But for him to condone this type of activity is just, it just really is a shocker to me. Now, this isn't the first time that I've been under scrutiny and attack by Everything Attachments. When I made the video review of the Wicked 55 grapple, they came to my YouTube channel and they left comments under every single person that commented under that video. Every single person that thanked me for sharing the things about the grapple that needed to be addressed and looked at. And I didn't even really go over all of them. I could have said a whole lot more than what I did. And in the end, I said that I liked the grapple and I was happy with the grapple. But Everything Attachments would not accept that. They came on there and they talked so much trash that they pissed off a lot of people. They pissed off people to the point that people were screenshotting their comments and emailing them directly to me. And when Everything Attachments, whoever runs that YouTube page, started reading the comments from people and realizing that they was making people mad, they tried to backpedal and they went back and they deleted those comments. But they didn't delete them before people got screenshots of them, just like the screenshot that's on the screen right now. This is one that someone sent me. Either someone sent it to me or I seen it on there myself and screenshot it myself of their comment. It's just, this whole situation is just completely out of control. And you have to ask yourself, do you really want to buy a product from a company that will not only lie about the situation, because Travis flat out lied to me. And now he's flat out lying about it all this time later. Not only that, but he will resort to bullying anybody that has the least bit. I mean, you don't even have to say anything negative about one of the Everything Attachments products. All you have to do is say something that would lead somebody to look elsewhere or to look at another option, and they will come after you with a vengeance and do an online lynching, just like what they've done with me. And it's just not right. Why would you want to buy products from a company full of online bullies? It's just, it's ridiculous. It's so totally out of hand that it's unbelievable. It's just blowing my mind. So anyway, I know I've probably kept you guys long enough. The video is just running on and on and on. And honestly, I wasn't even gonna make a video response to this. I was just gonna let it go. But so many people had emailed me through the night, last night, this morning, all day long. People are upset about it. You know, and I appreciate it. You know, some people, you know, just wanted me to know what was going on. And several of them asked me, would I make a video response to this? And I really originally had no intentions of making a video response because I just don't have the energy to even deal with it. I'm not really well right now. I'm having some health issues, and I'm dealing with some health issues with a family member that I'm taking care of. And I just don't need this aggravation in my life. But, you know, at the request of some of my subscribers who wanted to know the full details of what in the world it is that Travis is talking about, I felt like I owed it to you guys to explain that. So, you know, again, I apologize for this going on so long, but it's just not a video that could be done in 10 or 15 minutes. There's a lot to it. And I will say this again. The post that I made that initiated all of this last night was not directed at Everything Attachments, the company, or any employee. And there was no mention of them. And how they have turned this around to be that I am attacking them to justify them attacking me. It's just, I don't know, man. It's really puzzling to me. But you really got to ask yourself, is this a company that you want to do business with? A company that acts like they're a God-fearing company, an American-based company with American-made products, yet they don't extend me the freedom of an American to have my own opinion without being subjected to the bashing that they put me through. I have been traumatized over this, and I have suffered a traumatic experience because of this. I have suffered a loss because of this. And I believe I can prove in court that I have suffered a loss because of this. And that may be a legal issue, you know. So if anybody out there knows any hungry, thirsty lawyers in North Carolina or Virginia area that may want to look at this case, you know, I may be open to that. Because quite frankly, after the various attacks that I have had launched against me by Everything Attachments and them getting their customers to attack me on their behalf, I think I may have a case. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.